exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to our recap and review of the Thursday night football game between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. So, if you did not watch it, I will recap it for you. The final score of this game was 24-9 in favor of the Carolina Panthers. They moved to 3-0 on the season. First off, let's talk about the Carolina Panthers for a second. Carolina Panthers this season are 3-0. Can you believe that? Are they for real? This is a big question that we have to ask. Are the Carolina Panthers for real? And I don't know. They seem to be pretty good with the first 3 games that they've played. They've looked really solid. Their defenses looked really good. Their offenses surprisingly looked really dominant. Can they do it? They've played, the teams they've played have not been the best, but they still get the job done. You can only play who's on your schedule. You can only play who's on your schedule. So they're 3-0. Sam Darnold looks really good. Yesterday he went for 23-34, 304 yards. No touchdowns, no picks, but he didn't really need to. He ran 2 touchdowns in. So, I mean, Sam Darnold, this is the same conversation that I've had for previous videos, is Sam Darnold, everybody was so concerned about, oh, is Sam Darnold a bust? Is he already washed up? Is he not that good of a quarterback? Was he ever that good of a quarterback? But that was just the whole situation in New York. And now we're talking about that situation with Zach Wilson. But now that Sam Darnold has gotten away from that situation, and he's now in Carolina where he doesn't have that pressure, he doesn't have that the whole thing about New York. It was a bad situation he was in. He's now out of that, and he still looks like a really good quarterback. It helps that he's got really good receivers with him. I mean, he's got Christian McCaffrey, who works as a receiver most of the time. He's got DJ Moore. He's got a lot of good weapons. Christian McCaffrey, on the other hand, didn't have such a great night. I mean, he ran 7 carries, 31 yards, but he did injure himself in the game. He hurt his hamstring. He's going to have an MRI. As of recording this, I have not seen what the results of the MRI are. So I don't know if it's going to be an extended injury or if it's going to be just he's going to heal up and then be back for their next game next week. I don't know what's going to happen, but that does hurt because Christian McCaffrey, for the first 2 weeks of the season, was on pace to be in the MVP conversation again. After, obviously, last season's disappointment of a season with him being injured for most of it. And now we get to the week 3 of this season, and he gets another injury. I can't really say to be certain if Christian McCaffrey is injury prone, because if you take a look at the bulk of his career, the early part, he rarely ever got hurt, if at all. And now as we get later in his career, it begs the question, are the Carolina Panthers running Christian McCaffrey into the ground? This has been a debate between analysts and between everybody in the world that watches football. It's been the debate with running backs. You get a running back and you run them into the ground, and then you get a new running back. You don't pay running backs. It's the whole stigma. You just don't pay running backs because they just get hurt. You run them into the ground, you use them all up, and then you get a new one. That's the mistake that the Cowboys made by paying Zeke. Now, I'm not saying that was a mistake. It's just what has turned into people assuming it's a mistake because Zeke has struggled ever since getting that contract. So, I mean, we can have a different debate. That's a whole different video on that whole discussion. But back to the recap. Christian McCaffrey gets hurt in the game. Chuba Hubbard comes in, rushes 11 times, 52 yards. He looked pretty good. I've always liked Chuba Hubbard coming out of college. out of Oklahoma State. I think he was a pretty good guy. I think he was an undervalued talent. I think he got stole, like it was a steal to get him in the 4th round. So I think that's when they got him. So the Carolina Panthers got a pretty decent running back out of it. And he looked pretty decent in the game. 52 yards on 11 carries is not bad for a rookie running back. On the Texans side of things, Davis Mills, 19 of 28, 168 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown was to Anthony Miller. Is Davis Mills the savior of Houston? No, probably not. But he did okay, I guess. The Texans were never going to win this game. They probably had a little bit better of a shot if Tyrod Taylor was playing, but when Davis Mills was known to be the starter, you knew the Texans were never going to win this game. There was never going to be any mystery with Davis Mills. He was never going to lead them to a historic win or anything. Like, it's just, he's not that good of a quarterback. He's not an NFL starter. He's probably not even an NFL backup at this point. I don't know. I mean, he looked good, but in limited action, there's limited tape on him. I mean, teams will figure him out, and he'll throw like 3 or 4 picks in a game, and he'll come back down to earth. I mean, this wasn't even that great of a performance. So there is this thing, though, by the way, that every team that Tyrod Taylor goes to and starts, the backup ends up becoming like the starter and ends up becoming really good because he was in Cleveland, and then he got hurt, and then Baker Mayfield starts, and now the Browns are good. Then he went to LA and the Chargers. He gets hurt there with the punctured lung. And then Justin Herbert gets the start, and now Justin Herbert's good. So, and now he's in Houston, obviously, and he got hurt, and now Davis Mills is the starter. Is Davis Mills going to be good? I don't know. It's only 1 game, and he looked okay. There was some passes that he probably should have hit that he missed, but that's with any rookie quarterback and any quarterback. So, it's just too small of a sample size to know right now how Davis Mills is going to play. I don't know. I don't think he's that good, but we'll find out. I would like to see him get some wins because obviously the Chicago Cougars connection between us and on the channel here with Madden. So I would like to see him do good. I just don't think he's going to be that good. But Carolina looks pretty decent this year. They're obviously going to have a tough go of it against Tampa Bay, but I think it's a battle between them and Tampa for the division. At least the way that Carolina's playing right now. They've got a good shot to make the playoffs, good shot to even win this division. If Tampa slips up and Carolina keeps playing well, there's not really any question that Carolina could jump up there and snag that division away from Tampa. They're going to have to be pretty careful. They're going to have to battle pretty heavily. And I don't know, maybe they split the season series. Maybe Carolina slips at the end of the season, or they aren't really, maybe they're fake good and they only win 3 games on the year. That could definitely be a possibility. They could definitely lose the rest of these games, but as of right now, I think the Carolina Panthers are legit. I don't know. And obviously, Texans aren't that good. They're definitely not good now that Tyrod Taylor's gone. So I have a feeling it's going to be a rough season for the Texans, but we knew that going in. So I guess what you can take out of this game is Carolina's seems legit this year. So that's going to do it for my breakdown. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Obviously, tomorrow's video is going to be the preview of the Buckeyes versus Akron. That's a 7:30 kick. So the video will still probably go up at 11, even though it's a 7:30 kick. But I just want to keep a consistent schedule. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to stick around for the rest of the videos on the channel. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.